Something Ducky?
Living with the Head Casey by Sgt Ducky.
Sgt Ducky. Okay.
All right, check this out. I think you'll like this guy.
Why, hello there. Don't worry, there's no sponsorship to interrupt this Living with the Boys video today, but I will ask you to check or consider subscribing if you haven't already, because I have enemies who I like to annoy with my success, and I think that's a cause we can all get.
You found a kindred spirit.
I'm on a Friday. Just in the door from...
Sorry, what was that, Mason?
I said you found a kindred spirit.
Yeah, you can say that.
Also, wonder where this guy's from.
I was enjoying it.
Jamaican, maybe?
Actually.
Oh my God. Perhaps he's Russian.
Yeah.
I had just woken up, and PJ was in his room playing Streets of Rage. So it was just another normal day at the boys' house. Well, not completely normal. See, it was rent day the day previous, so we were all rather predictably flat broke. So we were begrudgingly preparing for a not very exciting weekend. But while we were chatting and drinking tea in the kitchen, PJ gets a phone call. Well, lad. Oh, nice one. No bother, lad. I'll call the banners. So PJ explains that a friend, Casey, that his parents were gone away for the weekend, and he wants to have a little bit of a house party. There'll be very little in the way of women, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so we can be as loud as we like. We can stay the night so nobody will have to play a taxi for everyone, and drink will be provided. To three broke lads with nothing to do for the weekend, this sounded like an all-expenses-paid weekend away in Amsterdam. So
yeah, to be fair, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, if you're flat broke and you got nothing to do, that's like, oh fuck yeah, the weekend's saved, boys.
Yeah, I mean, if the worst thing about it is that there's very little women, then you win some, you lose some.
Right. It's like, well, worst case scenario, I get to walk around fucking naked and start a fight.
I mean, worst case scenario, you end up in some sort of fucked up slasher situation because you're in the middle of nowhere. But best case scenario, you have a good time.
The free booze was just a lure to get me out here so he could stab me and then fuck the wound.
I've never seen that slasher.
Oh my God. Dr. Feelgood. Hello.
Hey, Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood. You are awesome.
Yeah.
Gets my grundle excited every time, Caitlin.
we hit up Connor and Tony, and we all arrived out there that night. Connor, in his...
What did Dr. Feelgood say, Caitlin?
He says, I'm working out, man. Got 3 more sets.
Ma'am.
It's nice to see you, man. Yeah.
Nice to see you, man. Well, fuck yeah, man. I hope your workout's going fucking excellent, bro. May the
good
gains
luck with your workout.
Yes,
may the God of Gains bless you with all of the swole, bro.
Yes.
Your workout has been approved by Team Adventurous.
Just about every workout that doesn't include exercises they're going to destroy your body.
Right.
In which upright rows, behind the neck shoulder pressing and pull downs. Leg extension machine, because that's fucked up for your knees. There's a few other ones I could think of if I really went down the list, but those are some of the big ones.
I walked 11 miles again today.
11 miles?
Whoa!
Yeah, well, I've done that 3 times this week, actually.
I can't think of it.
And my weight loss is now at 63 pounds.
So what are you at total weight?
Oh, I've been avoiding that question for so long. So, where were we at with this video? 220.
Fashion rock.
220?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not too bad. Considering you're a short fucker, that does still need to come down, but hey, that's not that bad.
No. Not anymore, anyway. It was bad before. But,
yeah.
Well, yeah, if you've lost 60 pounds, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I've been 300 pounds. I know it's
I'm fucking proud of you, man. That's huge. That really is huge, man. Congrats.
That's huge. I'm not anymore.
You're no longer huge.
Yes.
All right, back to this fucking story of the party with the boys.
What's up with it? We can stay tonight so nobody will have to play a taxi for everyone, and drink will be provided. To 3 broke lads with nothing to do for the weekend, this sounded like an all-expenses-paid weekend away.
quick note, I love how they use the Final Fantasy VII music right there. Fucking love that.
More than anything, I love that you know which Final Fantasy it's from. I mean, I knew it was the Final Fantasy music.
Final Fantasy VII. I mean,
I'm not enough of a nerd to know that it's Final Fantasy VII, though.
Oh, I mean, you could play any music from that game, and I could spot it from just like a 2-second clip. That game, that brain is the soup that all the other shit in my brain goes into.
Yeah,
like that is the Final Fantasy VII is the broth.
Mm-hmm.
Even my own personality is like only the meat. Like the base of my existence is Final Fantasy VII.
In Amsterdam. So we hit up Connor and Tony, and we all arrived out there that night. Connor, in his usual fashion, rocks up with a girl called Seizure. Yes, that is how it's spelt. Aren't Irish names fun? But unfortunately, he wasn't this time. This was a nut he wanted to crack himself. He'd been working this case for a while, and he reckoned that tonight was the night he was going to blow her hole wide open. Case, blow her.
Excuse me? That was profane. You've upset my staunch British sensibilities.
Uh-huh.
What I love about this, I wish you could see this, Mason, because as in accordance, so there is an animated like cheesy drawing aspect to the story. He has these cartoon characters that are like
Arvind.
Still, yo, what's up, Arvind?
Arvind, you are awesome.
And what I love about it is he like managed to and because this channel is Sgt Ducky, all the characters are animated as like duck people. And it's like disturbing because he managed to somehow make the female duck sexy. And it's just like, oh, why am I sexually attracted to this duck right now?
I suddenly feel very regressive.
Yes. Yes. And it's like, what would I even do? I don't even have a corkscrew-shaped dick. I couldn't even do anything.
The bill isn't corkscrew-shaped.
Yeah, but it's not lips either, bro.
He rocked on into Casey's, and a man of his word he was, because we were greeted by a kitchen countertop that would put most bars to shame. It was brimming with pretty much every spirit known to man. So with the tunes hopping and sauce in hand, we kicked the night off. And usually...
Hopping and saucing.
Jesus, lad, you got good lint on that. If you let a woman sit on that, she'll feel that tickle her sinuses.
Ah, thanks, man. But look at the wit of your weapon. After taking that on a gay Tuesday, me and the boys can walk both sides of the road at the same time.
Ah, thanks, lad. All right, PJ, you're up first. All right, oh, shite. Your car. Whose was bigger? This is important to me. I don't know, lad. I had to jump out of the way. All right, I'll go again, so. No!
Big man with some Yes. Oh, you're threatening me now. You think I'm afraid of you, do you?
Let it go, lads. Come on. It's not worth it.
Nah, fuck him. I'll say it to your face, lad. Batman should have died at the end of the day.
I love how he censored it with a duck noise.
Okay.
No, I'll say it to your face. Batman should have died.
No,
oh my god.
The fact that he censored it with a duck noise is just the best thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I watched like a whole one video from this guy's channel and hit the sub button. I was like, oh, I gotta show Mason this.
Yes.
Get back.
So the usual house party crack. A while later, we're all gathered in the kitchen waiting on the bathroom because apparently Tony has a bladder the size of a peanut and seems to be in there every time any of us wants to use it. During this time, Casey decides to mix up a few drinks at the counter, just throwing random spirits together and passing them around to see if he accidentally stumbles across the holy grail of cocktails. And you know what? The mad bastard only went and done it. He handed me a drink of God knows what. It was this horrible, murky brown colour, and the fumes coming off it were making my eyes water. But when I took a sip, it was delicious. I passed it around and everyone had a try, and we all agreed it was top notch. But it was super strong. Apparently, there was no mixers in it. It was just spirits watered down by more spirits. But it's
That's right. It's called Long Island iced tea, people.
Right. Right. It is absurd. Hey, I'm just going to mix a bunch of different liquor together and somehow I'm going to get something that tastes like black tea with a bunch of sugar in it. How? Because fucking alchemy. That's how.
Exactly.
I've always wanted to try Long Island iced tea. I don't know why I said iced tea. I think just in the back of my head, I think it's just stuck there from when I've taken the piss out of you in the past. But yeah, no, I've always wanted to try it and just never had the opportunity.
Oh, we're gonna have to make that happen somehow. Because I used to make those all the time when I was bartending.
You were a bartender?
Yeah.
You've lived a very full life. I just always learn new things about you, and I'm like, how have you had time to do all of these things?
Well, I had a job as a bartender at the same time that I was working at Starbucks because I was working 2 jobs because they were right across the car park from each other.
Slinging coffee by day, spirits by night.
Yep. Yeah. It was kind of funny too because I would tell people, I will be your spiritual guide this evening.
Ha! I see what you did there.
It's super corny.
Ruining their hearts by day, ruining their livers by night.
That's right.
Killing people off, one drink at a time.
Yep.
Caitlin, can you do me a favor? I'm logged out of the fucking the Twitch on my phone. Can you fucking send me a PM with the username and password to log into the IYFA Twitch, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Professionalism.
Right?
Very easily. So with that, seeing as Casey invented it, and it was stupidly strong, we named the drink... The Head Casey. Aren't we very clever? And we all drank that pretty much exclusively for the rest of the night, and this got us very merry indeed. So at one point throughout the night, Connor had sealed the deal with Seizure, and they wandered into the bedroom and locked the door. Given how sauced we all were at this point, that was probably a good call. But we did leave him alone, long enough for him to get on with the job at hand, and then some. We're not animals. But
we're not animals.
I love how...
However, I was listening at the door with a glass.
Well, I just love how... Right, so as he said that, a thing popped up with the red circle, you know, like your logo, the red circle through with a cross, and under animals in it, and underneath it says, "Yeah, I know, we are actually ducks, but you know what I mean."
Excellent.
Oh, God damn it! Oh, that's what I was forgetting, Caitlin. That's what I was forgetting. The punctuation at the end.
One extra clue. There's punctuation in the password. One step closer to hacking the Twitch.
Then I'll shut these pieces of shit down for good.
I know there's characters and a punctuation.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yo!
Things that are required in all passwords.
Right. Hey, Jazz.
Jazz, you are awesome.
What the hell?
What's the matter?
Oh, I forgot something in the password.
What did you forget this time? Give me another clue.
Shut up. Why do you hate me, Mason?
I hate everybody.
He's like, oh, I thought I was special.
Mainly sighted people. You bastards can see and I can't. And I'm still not over it.
As Laura, he said, yes, Ducky. Dude, you know who Ducky is? Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, I just discovered Ducky the other day. He popped up in my YouTube recommended for the IYFA YouTube. And go subscribe. And yeah, I fucking love this dude.
It's power of the ducks.
So when there was no sign of him rejoining the party after about an hour or so, we decided to put our heads together and think of some sort of way we could grab his attention and coax him back out of the room.
Why don't we just knock on the door and ask?
No. That's just what he'd be expecting us to do.
You're making a whole lot of noise and a completely unnecessary mess that I'll have to clean up in the morning on a very ill stomach.
Casey, that is a completely ridiculous idea that I think we can all agree on is the very thing we're going to be doing. Good job. So with that decided, we grabbed the load. Started
Halfway through that joke, I knew that's where we were going with it. But it's so
tomatoes,
worth it.
eggs, handfuls of flour, and countless other stuff that I can't draw. If it was a food item, it hit the door. As you'd imagine, since myself
Oh my god.
clean up after this session for once, we really got into it. In fact, we were running back down to pick up the stuff that hadn't quite burst on the door the first time, just so we can fling it at it again. All this careful basket.
You know, it'd be brilliant.
That commotion, Connor and the woman
If
didn't.
it was the wrong word, the wrong door. Because they're just like super drunk and they don't realize it's just like the one next to it or something.
Fucking out in the basement door.
Yeah.
Out of the house.
Dude walks up from behind him like, "What are you doing, guys?"
What the fuck, Jazz Lorenko. I love this history, but I still remember the one of his friends just lie to a chick and say, "No, Ducky." I'm sorry, I can't make heads or tails of that message, Jazz. Stop throwing stuff at the toilet.
I'm plugged in. So we decided to leave him alone, grab our head cases, and see out the last few hours of the session gathered in the living room. Now, here's where the night went from a grand session to one worth making a video about. So as we were gathered in the living room, chatting and slowly starting to fade from the sauce, Tony yet again returns from the toilet. But this time he's standing in the doorway, breathing really deeply and looking all pale and sweaty. So we tried to see what's wrong. You alright, lad? You're looking a bit shook. And what do you think Tony said next? Nothing, because he hit the floor and started having a full-blown fit, or seizure, or something. I don't know what you'd actually classify it as, but he wasn't conscious and he was shaking and...
Mason, I have to inform you that that in the hallway where this guy is seizuring, he has drawn in a big rainbow dildo sitting atop a desk.
Yes.
Because of course he did. Because why would he know?
And above it on the wall, written in lipstick, it says, "Sit here."
Well, if you're gonna have a dildo, it may as well be a huge rainbow one.
Right, exactly. I mean, to be fair, you might as well go full ridiculous with it.
Exactly.
And foaming at them out on the floor. So, as you do, we all panic and sober up in an instant. We run over to him, get him on his side, put something under him so he's not smacking his head off the floor, and try to talk to him. We don't really know what to do, in all honesty. Nobody, including him, had ever had a seizure around us before. And we didn't
call an ambulance. That's what
fine, or he was just about to kick off his mortal shoes. But as we were trying to figure out what was wrong and what we had to do, Hef comes running up to us. He had just been to the bathroom, and when he got in there, he spotted a particular type of residue on the bathroom countertop. So we go through Tony's pockets, and sure enough, what do we find? Only a little baggie of no snow. Well, this is
no snow.
Oh my god, that's the best fucking euphemism for it ever. A spot on the old no snow.
Yep.
No snow.
Yep.
No snow.
Any of you guys get any weird vibes off him all night? Hey lad, we invented a new drink. You want to try it?
Yep. That'd be f***ing brilliant, lad.
Grand, I'll grab you one. No, nothing comes to mind anyway, lad. Well, this explained all his trips to the bathroom, and he's fit. So with him unconscious on the floor in the process of ODing unless we did something, we all knew what we had to do next. This f***er's been holding out on us. Get him.
Sharing is caring.
This fucker's been holding out on us. Let's beat the shit out of him while he has a seizure.
Right?
Oh, you know what? That's brilliant. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That was brilliant. And that was some me-level misdirection.
I love that so much.
No, we called an ambulance and explained to them what had happened over the phone, and they were on the way there plus or minus some directions because, again, we were in the back arse of nowhere. It wasn't long after that before there was a knock on the door. We opened it to be greeted by paramedics and the guards. That's the cops. Turns out, if you mention narcotics when calling emergency services, the paramedics are accompanied by the popo. It's pretty obvious to us now, but it wasn't obvious to us then. I remember we were all pretty annoyed by it, actually. The paramedics are narcs. I thought you guys loved drugs.
Knox.
You on? So the paramedics.
I thought you guys love drugs. Whose side are you on?
Paramedics and Knox. I don't know why that's so funny.
I love that. I love that so much.
Paramedics pick up Tony and take him away to hospital, and the guards wander in to try and make sense of the goings on. Now, we were all in our early 20s, saucing it up in a house that we probably shouldn't be drinking in. A friend was passed out on the floor after taking something, and myself and PJ were drunkenly doing handbrake turns in our car earlier. So we all felt instantly
Yeah, and you've been throwing shit at the door where your friends have been having sex. Don't forget that one.
Right.
Yeah.
in the kitchen to ask us all some questions. After lining us all up, he had noticed some white powder on the counter next to Hef. It wasn't really some, though. It was a small mountain of it. He was immediately sus of it and demanded answers. So we told him the truth. It was spilled flour from the food shenanigans that happened earlier. And of course, he didn't believe a word of it. I'm not quite sure why, though. I don't know where this guard thought a few 20-year-olds from rural Ireland pulled the equivalent of what would have been €100,000 worth of hard narcotics. We're all so blasé about it just to scatter it across the counter like we're waiting on f***ing Squidward to rail a lion. But he had his mind made up and demanded we do not touch it. We all just thought fair enough. If he wants to take it away and test it, by all means, it'll be one less thing for Casey to have to clean up in the morning. But after chatting with the guy, we realised something. Connor and Seizure was still locked in the bedroom and probably had absolutely no idea on what's been happening. So we told the guards this, and they left us in the kitchen and wandered down to the bedroom to get them. Now, we forgot that earlier we had been throwing food at the bedroom door. But we get a funny reminder when we hear the female guard down the hall.
Oh, Jesus, the dirty animals are after getting sick all over the door.
Oh, Jesus, dirty animals are throwing it all over the door. I really like that he's used like the, I don't know what the name for the setting is on the mic, but like so that it's like omnidirectional. Like I like that in my headphones that voice was coming from the right. I've been trying to think about how I can experiment with that too, but truth be told, I really don't want to move my mic off the setting that it's on now, because I'm like, it's set up perfectly, and if I play with it and then I can't get it back to the way it is now, you know, pain in the ass.
Yeah, I hear you there. Jazz says, look to one another, beat the shit out of the cops quick.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Really killed us. But it kept getting better when the guards knocked on the door to get Connor out, because Connor didn't think it was the guards. No, Connor thought it was us messing with him again. So when the guard knocked on the door and demanded that he open up, all he got back was,
If ye don't f*** off, I'm going to come out there and kick your heads in.
So we were like, oh shit, and ran down to tell Connor the story before he ended up getting himself arrested. Connor emerges from the room in a daze, no idea on what had happened after he'd gone in there earlier. The guards got us all back in the kitchen to continue to question him, when suddenly his eyes widen and he shouts,
I love that noise.
At the counter where the pile of flour was. Yep, I said was, because it wasn't there now. Somebody had quietly wiped it off the counter and made us look as guilty as The guard that was trying to be somewhat civil with us was no longer, and he started grilling us, making us turn out our pockets, asking us 21 questions and so on. Eventually,
Turning out their pockets. Yes, officer, I scraped the mountain of powder off the counter and into my pockets.
Yup.
I mean, hey, look, man, as someone who's participated in consumption of the no snow, when you're gone, you're like, dude, we just have to do something. Like, you don't, like, logic is out the window, and at that point you're just like, I gotta do something.
Well, I wouldn't know, because I've never had the no snow. No.
that whether we were telling the truth or not, they had no evidence, and it was starting to get bright outside, so they left. As well did Connor and Seizure, no doubt tired of all the madness, and we all sat a bit dazed in the living room, ironing out all the details. What happened to the bag of stuff we found on Tony? I tossed it soon as I seen the feds. Ah, good call, lad. Speaking of which, what's the story with Tony? The paramedics said they're going to try their very best, but there's a strong chance he'll still be a box when he wakes up. Oh, wait. Oh, little numpty, wipe the flour off the counter.
I did.
Why did you do that? You made us look even more suspect, you plank.
I don't know, lad. They were suspicious and I was drunk, so I panicked.
Hold on. I have a question I think you can answer.
Hello?
Well, lad, we forgot to ask you something there before you left.
What?
How was she? Go on, lad. Spill the beans.
Is she Did you give her the Connor pounder and cheese?
Oh, she was good, yeah.
Well, hey! About 2 weeks later, he mentioned
Hey!
Hey! Yeah, hey! Fucking amazing.
Yeah, this guy's good.
Dr. Feelgood, the Metal Gear spotted sound.
Yeah, I love that noise. I've yet to be able to like use it in a video of mine, but I want to one day.
Yeah.
Pony when we were
I
out.
just don't know where you actually download that from, to be honest.
I'm sure if you just Google Metal Gear Solid spotted sound, you can find some place to fucking bootleg it from. I guarantee it. It's one of those sounds that kind of lives in infamy on the internet now.
Yeah.
When he came to in the hospital, he just got up and left. But because it was 4 a.m. and his phone was dead, he couldn't get a lift and had to walk 7 hours to get home. Can't really say we were too upset, all things considered.
Right as I was taking a hit on my vape, that was. Had to walk 7 hours to get home.
You know what's brilliant about that? What's brilliant about that is one time my dad, when he was married to his first wife, he was at a bar with her and she did something. He didn't tell me. He couldn't remember the full details of the story, but she did something while they were at that bar that pissed him off. And so he gives her the keys from his pocket and walks out the door. And literally, my dad walked 5 hours home out of pure spite.
Whoa.
That's proper just cutting your nose off to spite your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, have my keys. I'm so pissed off at you. I'm going to walk 5 hours.
Yes. And I believe my dad. I did something similar one time, despite my dad. It was a 2-hour walk, but still.
Oh, man.
I don't think I've ever walked 2 hours anyway. I mean, nah, that joke doesn't work anymore after this year. God damn.
I was about to say 11 miles. No way that took you less than 2 hours.
No, it definitely didn't.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's look, man, it's like 27 years of not being like a super active person. It's taken a while to, do that mental change of, the self-deprecation is so hardwired that joke is just still one that I reach for, even though it doesn't fucking work anymore.
Yeah.
What has this walking turned me into? You've taken away a joke from my arsenal, for fuck's sake. You've disarmed me.
No.
Well, now you just got to find a way to make the fact that you walk a bunch funny. Like you could start comparing yourself to a fucking walker from The Walking Dead. I'm sure you can come up with a clever.
Oh, dude, I definitely look like a walker from The Walking Dead. Like, what you've got to think is, I have no idea when there's like a bump or uneven patch coming in like the pavement or the sidewalk. So it's just like walk, foot scrape, stumble, right myself, walk, scrape. Swerve a little bit because I cannot walk in a straight line to save my fucking life. Walk, swerve, stumble, walk, stumble, swerve.
My favorite part of the mental image is that the whole time Lee, who is like roughly your height, long brown hair, good looking English gal in my head, and she's just like constantly grabbing your arm and yanking you back to her side.
That mental image is basically 100% accurate though. Like no, not even joking. There's no self-deprecation there. That's just 100%. Like, it's like me swerving, using my cane to sort of right myself, and then Lee like sort of pulling me back towards her.
Oh man, Owen.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you for the host, Owen. Appreciate you, bro.
Owen, thank you for the host. You're awesome.
That makes
Zack there, doing an impression of me when I finish my coffee.
You're aggressively gay with mouth noises when you finish your coffee?
Yep.
Yeah. He's like,
It's the best way to make sure that nobody sits by you in Starbucks.
yes. and if they are brave enough to come sit by you, then you know it's okay to start a conversation with them.
Well, exactly. Then you've made a new friend.
That's right. It's like, yeah.
And then you say, "Hi, I'm Mason. I suck."
Can't really say we were all too upset, all things considered. But the biggest tragedy of that crazy night was when we were next talking to Casey. We were reminiscing about that night when he told us that he said he
couldn't remember what the spirits were.
Oh, give me a second. Compose yourself, Ducky.
Wait.
Okay. He said he tried, but he can't remember how the head Casey was made.
Oh no!
Oh, excellent.
There's another night about living.
Sorry. Just to clarify, that music that he just used is the music from a extremely popular soap opera in Britain called Coronation Street.
Ah,
So he was using that music to underline the melodrama of the joke.
nice.
I love that. I mean, it worked. I didn't need to know the background. The background makes it better, but the music, the music just fit the moment.
Yeah, it spoke for itself, but I just wanted to.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. The added depth definitely adds a layer to that.
Oh my god. Jazz says, "God damn it, man, get drunk and remade fucker."
Yeah. Sometimes that does work. Gets plastered and try to do it again.
Yeah, because sometimes that unlocks the part of your subconscious where it embedded itself,
where it lives. Yeah.
A kick out of. I do want to mention something though. It was played for jokes here, but I genuinely nearly did hit one of the boys with my car that night. Once we sobered up the next day, we realised just how easily that could have gone way worse. Easily one of the stupidest things I've ever done in my life. So just so you know, keep the session off the road. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you lads and ladies in the next one.
Oh, that's synth pop. In the 80s right now.